Hello, welcome all to actual play. Tonight we are going to play some Agon. I'm so excited because I have not played Agon in forever. I've not been a hero player. Being a strike player is very fun, but I'm ready to pick up a big old spear. So I'm Sean. I use he, him pronouns. You can find me everywhere at Sean Nittner. And yeah, I want to get my mythic heroism action on. How about you, Tara?
Hi, I'm Tara. I use she, her pronouns. You can follow me on Twitter at Loki Kinda Gay. And I'm really excited to play with you guys. This is just super exciting. I love all of you.
I'm excited too, and thank you to Tara for setting this up. So we wouldn't be here without her. So that's very cool. I'm
Yes.
John. I'm one of the authors of the game, along with Sean. At John_Harper on Twitter. I use he, him pronouns. And I haven't run regular Agon in a while. The last time I ran it was the wild Fast and Furious hack thing. So yeah, I'll be getting back into the ancient world feel tonight.
We'll see if any of that Fast and Furious creeps in.
I mean, there's always a little.
I mean, there was that intro music we just had.
That's true.
How about you, Ash?
Hi. Hello. Hi. I'm Ash. I use she, her pronouns. I haven't actually got to play Agon before, so I'm fucking hype. I made Roll20 sheets for it at one point, but never actually so I pressed the buttons lots with I rolled a lot of dice, but didn't actually didn't mean anything. So I'm hyped to actually.
We made you make the character sheets. Didn't make you make. We asked you very kindly, and you did. But I can't believe we made the character sheets.
Pay me, so it's fine.
There was money, but yes, I did play. Oh wow, I'm very glad that you're rectifying that.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to just getting on the ancient Greek bullshit train.
How about it?
Josh, how you doing?
I am doing okay. I'm trying desperately to distract a cat with my left hand while paying attention to everything. We'll see how that goes. Hey, I'm Strash, he, him. I'm one of the regular streamers here on Actual Play, and I've liked Greek myths since I was 5 or 6. So I have been super into this shit, and I can't wait to get my demigod on tonight. Take it away, John.
Sweet.
Hilariously, yeah, I just found out that John's going to be the Strife player literally 30 seconds ago. So.
Oh yeah. Well, we kind of decided
I'm taking it away here.
I had the thing this morning of being wait, shit, am I supposed to be running production? Who's supposed to be running production?
Yeah, no, I got it. I wouldn't.
We are experts.
I wouldn't ask anyone to run production last minute. Or at least I wouldn't try to.
Yeah, it was touch and go with Strife player tonight. Yeah, but I decided I would take it.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So we are going to do a one shot and sort of a demo-ish to get through the game in an expedient fashion, and we have some tools for that you'll see as we go. But before we can do anything really, we need to know what heroes are going to be playing tonight. For people at home watching this, I'll say briefly that Agon is a game about the ancient world of myth and legend. These players will create potentially legendary heroes that will face trials, often given by the gods or from strife in the world. And by completing these trials, they will journey from mysterious place to mysterious place, hoping to one day find their way home again, much like Quantum Leap, but without the time travel.
That's the true touchstone of this. It's not Odysseus lost at sea.
Yeah, you always hope this next island will be the island that gets you home.
That was amazing. I loved it.
So first we'll make our heroes, which is a fairly simple process. We'll walk through it here.
Let's pull that
You're
up.
a hero of ancient legend. As a player, your goals in the game are to create a mighty hero whose exploits we're excited to witness, to throw your hero against epic trials, so they can prove themselves glorious. To compete with the other heroes to prove who is best. It's very important. First among equals. And to embody the legendary virtues, which we'll get to later on, but that's more of an in-game thing. So the first thing you do for your hero has a legendary name that's made up of several parts, and that's the first stages of making your character. So you have your epithet, your name, your lineage and pronouns, and the god that you honor. So you might be lithe-limbed Anthus, son of Apollo. That'd be your legendary name. And each of those things kind of has a mechanical function in the game. So the first thing we start with is your epithet, which is a short phrase or a couple of words, a pairing of words usually, that describes a special quality of your hero, kind of the thing that most other people know about you, your reputation. You're known for this thing. So there's a list on the character creator page there, but you can make up your own. For the purposes of going quickly, picking one is probably faster, but if you have something in mind, that's totally fine. Each of them gives you certain qualities. Your epithet gives you a domain, which at D8, there are 4 domains that we use to adjudicate contests. Each contest falls into a particular domain. So your epithet gives you an advantage in that area. So if you're lithe-limbed, then maybe with arts and oration, you have an advantage. If you're savage-minded, maybe you have an advantage in blood and valor contests. In addition, your epithet gives you a strength, which is another advantage that your hero carries. And there are 12 strengths on the sheet there. You may be able to see those at home as well. Authority, beauty, cunning, etc. So when you choose your epithet, you're going to get one of your domains as a D8 and one of your strengths as a D8. Anyone have their epithet in mind already as I was talking?
I think I've got to go with the oh no, what's the sheet gone? I think I'm gonna go clever-eyed.
Nice.
Clever-eyed, yes. All right. What does that give you?
That gives me craft and reason and cunning.
Makes sense.
I think I'm
Nice.
going to do beast hunting, which is craft and reason and precision.
Ah, yes, nice. So you're a crafty hunter and also very precise.
I'm going for Monster Slayer.
Nice. There's a little
That's like a
similarity.
Dota 2 award.
Yeah, a little bit of overlap there.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, beast hunting monster slayer.
Monster Slayer.
I'm inspired by the person just to my left, and I'm going to go with War Leader because I've never done that one before. Like that grants a domain die in blood and valor and a strength and authority.
Nice. And what was yours, Sean? Sorry, Strash. Monster slaying is blood and valor and
Insight.
And insight. Yes. Nice. Cool. We've got a beast
I'm so glad that you're.
War leader and clever eyes. Nice.
I'm so glad you picked insight, Josh, because that was one of the strikes that has changed, has come and gone and come and gone so many times.
And I one of the things that I'm doing is actually hilarious. When you see me on screen, I tend to play the strange spooky characters, but usually I play the everybody in my groups tends to like the real powerful kind of like Hercules types or like very tied to like specific gods. And so whenever I've gotten a chance to play this, I've always been the clever talky one. And so this is actually the first time I'm like, nope, I'm gonna try a thing. Let's go.
Yeah.
Violence.
Nice. I don't know, Josh, I believe I played a game called Tides of Gold with you and Ash not that long ago when you were the Monster Hunter as well. So I feel like you got this down.
Yeah, but also spooky Monster Hunter. So.
Right.
Well, I mean, Monster Hunters are always badass. So
Yeah.
We'll go with that.
That's true.
Wait, does that mean you get a kitty companion?
Because you're spooky.
No, because you're a Monster Hunter. Right.
All right.
Different game.
The game, yes, of course.
There we go. We got
Dude,
that.
I put it together finally.
Yeah.
So your other domains are D6s. You can record those. So you'll have one at D8 and the rest are D6. In this game, obviously, your traits are rated in dice, and the bigger the die, the better. Pretty standard. Next, you record your hero's name. There's a name list if you want some inspiration. and your name die begins at D6. You always roll your name whenever you do anything. It's part of your hero's power, and as you rise in glory, your name die will increase in the future, and you'll have bigger dice to roll, basically. So let's go ahead and combine that with the next step, which is to record your lineage. You're a child of someone. You can be a mortal person, so you can make up a mortal name and include both parents or one. It's up to you, or unknown, or however you want to write it. If you choose to be the child of a deity, then you're a demigod, and that's an option also. And there's a sort of trade-off if you're mortal or a demigod in the game. So you can decide which you want to do.
I feel like playing a one-shot kind of like encourages being a demigod. Like,
Let's go.
Yeah, it doesn't quite as much as it used to.
It used to.
Yeah,
Now,
right.
I did see that rule change.
It's not as big a decision. It makes a difference, but not a huge one.
I'm a child of Eris then.
Having that god bond is very powerful, but having the bond with everybody else is cool. So it's yeah.
I think I'm gonna be Helena, daughter of Artemis.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to be Kythia, daughter of Domina, and she is immortal. She still kick all kinds of ass.
Sean bringing the mortals.
Oh yeah. Hey, I want bonds with all you.
I was about to say, like, I think I'm actually going to go mortal as well.
Oh, so no Eris after all. Oh well, I mean, I guess you can still, but
I'm still honoring Eris, or like,
but you're not a child of Eris.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
Sean, what's your name?
Because I still have a god that I am associated with, don't I?
Correct.
Yes. So that's
Yeah, I'm war leader Kythia, child of Domina.
Nice.
I am clever-eyed Harpia, child of Alexius.
Harpia, child of...
And I use they, them pronouns.
Yes, they, them. Sean, your character is she, her?
Yes, Kythia uses she, her.
And Tara also she, her?
Yes.
Tara, what was your character's name again?
Helena.
Helena. Hardia and Helena. I will do my darndest not to mix those up because I have the same first letter.
Helena, what's your title one more time?
Beast hunting.
Of course. How could I forget that?
And Josh, what's your character's name?
I am going to be Kyria, granddaughter of Hecate. Let's go.
Nice. Kyria. All right, we have Kythia and Kyria. Hardia? I wrote it down and I've already can't see it.
Harpia, Harpia.
Oh, Harpia.
Yep.
Yeah, we have similar names. We'll get through it together.
Yeah.
Kythia, Kyria, Helena, and Harpia.
I can pick a different name if it'll make it easier.
No, it's totally.
Alternatively, we could have like two sets of BFFs.
Yes.
Or rivals.
Yes.
Team K
Josh,
and Team H.
Josh, does Kyria, what pronouns does Kyria use?
She, her.
She, her. Okay.
She, her. Okay.
All right. Important as I'm marking down bonds with all of you.
So let's go ahead and do the bonus bonds here. So Tara, you are a daughter of Artemis.
Mm-hmm.
So you start with a bond with Artemis, which you can record on your sheet there over on the left under bonds. One bond with Artemis. You can call on your parent for aid, particularly divine favor is extra good with your god bond. If you're a mortal, which I think everyone else is mortal, then you start with a bond with each other hero. So, right. Oh, sorry, Strash.
Demigod.
I forgot.
I mean, I know I'm only a granddaughter, but
I wrote it down.
Generation sometimes.
It still counts. Okay. Yeah. So Harpia and Kythia will start with a bond with all the other heroes.
I'm changing my bullshit. I'm sorry.
Bullshit always on the table.
Yeah, no, let's do Eris. just because a bond with Eris sounds too cool.
A bond with Eris is pretty
I
wicked.
mean, it is pretty cool. All right, Child of Eris. And you may also take Eris as your favorite deity if you wish. That's
Yes.
Mhm.
What strength do you want to associate with Eris?
I feel like cunning makes the most sense, even though it's the one I already got from.
That's okay. If you already have it, then you, instead of having 2 strengths, you'll have 1 at D10.
Yep.
So choosing your favorite god is, or your honored, the god you currently honor more. Mortals and gods are very fickle with their favors in this game, so you can change it up in the future. It's not a permanent choice. Over on the right of the character sheet there, you can see each strength is associated with one of the deities. So for your honored god, you also get a strength for their strength, whatever it is. If you already have it, then bump it up to D10. If you don't, then you'll have 2 strengths at D8.
All right. Cool.
All your other strengths are blank. They're not D6s like your domains. You just don't have them.
Let me double check with you, John. So we get a strength from our name, which becomes D8. Do we get a strength if we're a demigod? Are we assigned the same strength, or is that just a poetic choice, as it were?
The demigod gives you a bond with
Okay,
your
cool.
parent.
All right. So and then we get to pick whichever god we honor, and that's another
strength.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, and you were correct. Just as a part of clarification for the stream, it's not your name that gives you the strength; it's your epithet that gives you the strength. So your name just gives you your name back.
Yeah.
I hope I didn't just make that more confusing.
I got you. I got you covered.
You can switch back to the character sheet, Sean, so we can just show the
Yeah, absolutely.
strengths that we're talking about.
Yeah, I put up the hero hero creation sheet.
Yeah. Cool.
So we have a D10, right? I'm debating whether I want to go with the D10 because I feel like going with Hecate feels appropriate, but I feel like I have a good relationship with her. I don't necessarily worship her as like a guiding deity.
It's kind of a toss up. Having 2 deities is good, so
Yeah.
All right. I think I'm gonna have to go with my staple, Auntie Athena.
Auntie Athena. Oh, she's so strong. Yeah.
I went ahead and I took the D10 for precision from Artemis.
Nice. I'm going to. Kithia is going to honor Hera and taking cunning from her.
So like I can aim really good. Not a lot else.
I mean, the thing is, you decide what strength you apply to a contest, and if you find a reason for precision to fit, then awesome. And if not, then you don't roll a strength, and it's no.
I'm going to take 1 second and turn my fan on because it's getting a little warm, and then we can introduce our characters.
That's good. So I will. While John is taking a step out, I'll say that while the next thing we should do is looking at the last column, the style section, and pick a couple things. You can have as many as you want, but pick the elements about your character that someone would notice at a distance. If you're just cresting a hill amongst 1,000 other shoulders, how would you stand out? And it could be a really overt big thing, or it could be a really subtle thing, like a glint in your eye. But and you can choose from any of the aspects, the animal aspects, the demeanor, the eyes, the form, the hair, those things. Weapons and armor fall in the same category. You can define them as an important part of your character, or you can just pick up whatever sword you find next to you if that's not something that matters to you.
Oh no. Luke, you're changing my god. Luke, what are you doing? Sorry, Luke in the comments is like, maybe I just want to pick a god that's not on the list. I'm like,
Yeah.
Like, here are some suggestions that are awesome. Like,
I mean, I already did it. I already was like,
all right, F it. I'm going with it. I'm gonna go with Hades.
Yeah.
That's
oh my god.
And here's the thing:
that's the fun, edgy choice. And
Yes,
Hades is
I'm
always
gonna
very
go
fun.
with Hades. Go on, Sean. I'm sorry.
here's the thing: is like also when you pick Hades, you don't have to say, "Oh, Hades gives me ferocity or precision or whatever." You can also say, "Hades gives me the power of wealth." Hades, like his strength can be, it doesn't have to be one of the 12 strengths that are listed right there as well. So it's even freer than you can pick a different god. So you choose what strength you want to assign with that to that god.
Oh no, I'm gonna be so emo.
Yeah.
Like my character is absolutely played by Helena Bonham Carter. Like,
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Like Sweeney Todd.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Huh. I'm with you. Cool. So while you're thinking of your looks, let me just run it one more time. So I've got it straight in my notes. Sean, Ward Leader Kithia, daughter of Domina, she, her.
Yes.
Strash, Monster Slaying Kyria, granddaughter of Hecate, she, her. Beast Hunting Helena, daughter of Artemis, she, her. And Clever-Eyed Harpia, child of Eris, they, them.
Yeah. Yep.
Nice.
Yeah, if you're played by Helen Bonham Carter, I'm played by Violet Blackforge of Rat Queens.
Nice.
That's
Wow.
Kithia.
That's, yeah. Cool. So does anyone have their look they would like to tell us? What we see when they crest a hill and the sun shines on them?
Yeah, I am. Helena is very hawk-like. She's normally a very warm and gracious person, but in battle she's calm and stoic. She has very sharp eyes, an athletic, thin kind of build. She's got a very like no-nonsense kind of like tight bun to keep the hair out of her face, and she's got very like minimal armor on.
Cool.
Nice. Kithia is stout and broad. She has many stag features on her armor and helm. So the horns of the stag that come up from her helm are just about usually the height of her companions, right? So these like maybe foot-long horns are just sort of just still getting at the same height. She has this, I did not choose thundering, but she does have this very like deep resonating voice that's often too loud. She often just speaks louder than really is needed in the situation. I don't think she's necessarily conscious of it. And underneath, let's see. I don't know if she has a weapon that matters. I think that there's a silver pummeled sword at her side.
I love her. Nothing bad can happen to her.
Oh yeah, I guess I forgot to mention weapon. I've got like a big like recurve bow.
Nice.
Nice. Makes sense.
I've picked things for all the things because Clever-Eyed Harpia is raven-like. She is wild-eyed and smiling. She has a wiry form with ringlet hair, and wears dark patchwork armor and wields a broken spear.
Ooh.
How is it broken? Is the shaft shattered?
Yeah, the shaft is like so.
So it's like a half spear kind of
Yeah.
thing? Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Now, is it intentionally broken? Is the good question.
Oh, I mean, there's history there. I'm sure. Sure, there's a reason she's still holding on to that broken spear.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So Kyria is pale skinned. She's got black hair that when you see it, it's like in ringlets, very like, Greek curly, kind of sort of the way you see it on the frescoes. She's actually got like a bear fur with the head of it very Hercules style, like where, she pulls it down when she's hunting, like some giant reptilian skull on one shoulder. She carries a large black spear, which is actually all metal. Like it doesn't actually have a wooden shaft as normal. And she has a black shield with red Cerberus motif on it.
Nice. Do you want to show us this motif, Josh?
Yeah.
Nice.
And she's got face paint. She's kind of rocking like a Princess Mononoke look.
Yeah, totally. I can see it. Nice.
Very cool.
Okay. So those are our heroes. We have our bonds set. Everyone write your bonds down. We good?
Mhm.
There.
So I should just have the one bond, shouldn't I?
Just with Eris, if you're
Yeah.
if you're a demigod, yes. Correct.
My if we're talking about like motifs, my like armor totally has like a fucking, if I have a shield or whatever, it's got like a raven's eye on it. That's
I mean, you
It's gotta
have
be that.
like a shield on your character sheet to like draw that in.
Yeah, I know.
Sure.
Yeah, but I'd have to print it out for that.
Oh, okay.
Wait, no. I can put it in. I can put it in the like image field for the
That's true, you could.
explanation.
Yeah. For sure. Tell me when it's up and I'll throw it on screen.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So while you're doing that, you as a group of heroes have been lost among strange islands for a while. I've had some adventures already and have left one island behind you, and are following the constellations in the vault of heaven to try to find your way to back home ultimately and to the next island. When you head towards a new place, the gods light your way in the sky by having certain stars glimmer and shine to help you navigate. And according to superstition, myth, or fact, maybe if you talk to the gods personally, the stars that lead you to the next island are actually signs from the gods to help you both find your way and also to inform you of sort of what's coming beyond the horizon. And you have enough experience to know that sometimes these are just the gods that are meddling in this place, and they may not always have good intentions for the people there. Sometimes they do and sometimes they don't, but they're definitely involved. So as you are setting out at night, heading for your new island, you've received two signs in the heavens. One, Apollo's constellation, burns brightly, the god of medicine and secret knowledge. And his sign is a blazing torch. All the torches on the ship swaying, the oil lamps swaying as you're sailing, flare brightly.
Whoa.
And the sailors draw back and realize that the hand of the gods are present. The blazing torch symbolizing the light of knowledge in the world and how important it is. Where would humans be without fire and ships and iron, metal weapons and all that stuff? So the other sign you get is as dawn is approaching and you see through the mists far away at the sort of silhouette of land ahead of you, Artemis, the goddess of the hunt and slayer of monsters. Her sign is a headless serpent thrashing on the deck that a sailor has killed, still venomous even in death. So you've gotten your two signs from Apollo and Artemis, and as the mist clears, you approach new land. And one of the sailors calls out, Nemos, it must be, surely. And as the mist parts, you see this island of bright white beaches and white cliffs, chalky cliffs, and a white pillared acropolis and city beyond with sea caves. And those of you who have received an education of some sort have read of it in tales and books. The land of Nemos is known for its study of medicine and its devotion to ancient traditions. It's a land that supposedly predates the Hellenic world, with ancient practices that came before your current civilization.
Cool. I think Harpia is still just like preoccupied with this like writhing snake on the thing. It is like and has like been like toying with it with the end of the spear and like by the time that the island comes into view, she's just like holding it and it continues to like writhe in her hand, being like, "What's that?" like just talking to the snake about like whatever's on the horizon without its head. Because she's that fucked up goth kid.
Yes, of course.
Because now the dead snake is her pet.
Yeah. It was given to me by the gods.
I mean, it's clearly a sacred blessing.
Yeah.
Or rather, it's clearly a sacred blessing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
The sailor who's white from fear, who barely avoided being poisoned, feels a little differently, but you have it as a pet. It's fine.
So I have a weird question. I know that in previous editions we would do these like flashback challenges and nonsense, and then whoever had the lowest glory, I think, would be like the leader for the island. Is there still a mechanic like that, or are we? Is that like tossed aside?
There is. In fact, during the journey phase between islands is when heroes may, if they want to, compete with each other for leadership on the coming island. And the way that works is normally it's the least glorious, the hero with the lowest glory. But since this is a one shot and we've just started, everyone has 0. So
Speak yourself. I'm glorious as heck.
I will choose the domain in this case since we're starting out. But Strash, would you like Kyria to be the one to propose this idea that?
Nope.
No.
I'm cool with somebody else leading, actually.
Okay.
At least this time. Unless somebody tells me that there is a monster to slay here, which the gods may have.
I mean,
so let me tell you how this works. So the contest is a sort of friendly competition on the ship as you're arriving. The sailors mostly take care of the sailing, and so you, being the legendary heroes, have time to goof around and challenge each other to feats of precision or strength or whatever. But the winner of the thing chooses who the leader will be. They don't necessarily have to lead.
Oh, okay.
So
okay,
you might still want to say.
Yeah. All right. Let's do this
who
then.
that is.
Yeah.
All right. Cool.
I think
So
really once we see the signs, this is definitely something. Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Say again.
I was gonna say once we see the signs, I think this is definitely. Kyria points at the snake that is it Harpia?
Mm-hmm.
That Harpia is holding in their hands, and essentially, I don't know if it is a beast or a monster, but it sounds like this island will have something interesting for all of us. So perhaps it is time to cast our lots. We should totally test ourselves and see who the gods favor, in particular for this island.
So since I get to set the first one, I will say that the sailors are you glance around when you're having this discussion. The one that was almost poisoned by the serpent is still shaken up, and you see a group of the sailors huddling together and talking, and they're starting to work themselves into a little bit of a panic. The torches flared too brightly the night before the ship. Maybe the gods want the ship to be burned. Maybe the gods want you all poisoned and killed, and they're starting to sort of lose heart. And they're glancing sideways at the leader, the heroic leaders, like maybe we can just pass this one by. We don't need to stop here.
Maybe throw that snake overboard and just keep sailing.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Yeah, something bad.
That's
something
a
bad
thing
is happening.
Heroes would do. That's definitely a thing these heroes would go for. Nah.
So I'm going to say it's a resolve in spirit contest.
Yeah.
To raise the morale of the group. Approach it how you want to, but that's the problem. They're having a crisis of spirit. So you'll have to rally them. Or else who knows? We'll find out what the sailors do if the heroes fail here.
Yeah.
So everyone wants to be in, I assume. Wants to be part of
absolutely.
the contest
yeah.
here. Cool. So
I mean-
let's do one.
I mean, yeah. So I'm trying to remember. Is it roll first and then fiction, or fiction and then roll?
So I roll to establish the target number, which will tell you sort of like how glorious this potentially is. The whatever I roll is how much glory the best hero.
Right.
And then when
How
you
much
roll
they
against me,
themselves.
you can narrate what your hero's doing.
Yep. Cool.
And also knowing the amount of glory that's available might help you kind of choose how hard you try or how much effort you want to put into it.
Well, how much divine favor and bonds you want to spend?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So I'm rolling my sort of basic die pool here because you're not. Well, you're actually rolling against the sailors. Sorry, you're rolling against the terrified sailors, which is their name and their domain, and they do not have a strength for this. Plus, I also get to roll. So the strife player rolls dice pretty much like you. When you make a roll, you're going to roll your name, the domain die, and then if your strength applies, you describe how you're using your strength, and you add that die. Sorry, loud truck outside. You add that die to your pool as well. So name, domain, and strength if it counts. And then you're keeping the single highest die. Hero players have a way to modify their roll after they roll, but we'll get into that in a second. I can't do that, but I get strife on my side. Strife is a measure of how tough things are in the world. And usually during the journey phase, I don't add strife. You're in a calm sea, you're away from the troubles of man and gods, and it's a relaxing period. For the purposes of the one shot here and to get us rolling into trouble, I'm having the sailors be afraid of the particular problems ahead of them. Like they're actually being struck by the strife before you've set foot on the island. So you as heroes have a sense for this. You know, you can tell when fate and chance and doom kind of like comes into play, and you can feel it settling on the ship and threatening to.
I've just realized that by choosing Eris, I've effectively made myself like a cleric of the GM.
Yeah, basically.
Yes.
You are in some ways an agent of strife within the group.
Yeah, that should be your strength.
Maybe that's a good thing. Yeah, maybe you can turn it around. Okay, so I'm gonna roll for terrified sailors. So I roll my 2d6 for my characters, and then the strife die, whatever I roll on the strife die adds to my highest die. I add them together, so I get I can get bigger numbers that way.
Yikes.
Okay, so I got a 6 on my d6 and a 1 on my strife die. Thanks for nothing, strife die. So I have a 7. 7 is the target.
Nice.
Who wants to go first? Who wants to try to do something about these sailors?
I mean, I'm gonna be. I'm gonna like come up behind the guy who's working himself into the thing and be like, there, it's okay, and like give him a hug from behind, and be like, how can poison or fire hurt us when the chosen of those gods are on this very ship? Surely to avoid such a thing would cause us more trouble. And like it takes a minute for him to realize I'm still holding the snake like right next to his like.
Like there.
Yeah,
Also,
there's some venom running down your arm. Like
and I'm just like, it's okay. Don't worry. If we don't go there, you're going to get fucked up.
Yeah,
it's going to be so much worse.
Right. It's less don't be afraid, it's be afraid of me.
Right. Be more afraid of me.
These things happened at sea. If we go on the land, maybe they'll stop.
Nice.
So yeah.
Yeah. So roll your name and your resolve in spirit. Do you have a strength?
My name is D6, isn't it?
D6, yep. Mm-hmm.
And then my resolve in spirit is a D6 because that wasn't the one that wasn't my strength.
Correct. Yep.
Can I get my cunning here?
It is entirely up to you.
I'm gunning for cunning. That sounded
great.
Kind of dirty. I don't know.
It does sound a little
gunning for cunning.
All right, so I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna steal your little thing there. So it's
you put it like
1d6 plus plus 1d6 plus 1d8 and keep 1.
Okay, 1. Yeah.
I didn't type the /roll bit.
Do that all the time.
There we go.
Hey,
nice.
7. That's what you need. All
1.
Right. 7 is currently the best.
Yeah.
Sean, do you want to go?
Yeah, War Leader Kithia will also come up behind some. Like I think that you're on the port side of the ship, and she's on the starboard. The side of the ship. She sort of just like comes up behind some of the sailors that are like kibitzing, and she's like, "Well," really, really loud and very present. Well, now looks like that's some problems ahead, and and then just gives one like the heartiest slap on the back, a stentorious bellow comes out of her as she says, "This is going to be glorious." And she sort of has this like, I don't want to say wild look in her eyes, but this very encouraging, like, we're going to have a really good time because we are big damn heroes, and everyone there is going to worship the ground we walk on because we are that amazing. And she believes it. And I think the power of her belief that everybody on this ship is amazing is perhaps contagious. So
Nice.
I'm going to be rolling my name and my resolve and spirit as well as my authority. She just believes we're all that special. Let's see if it actually pays off.
Good luck.
Yeah. 6 plus 1d8. K1. Oh, nope.
Oh,
Not at all.
authority did not save
Authority
you.
did not.
It let you down.
There's lots of things I could do right now. I could use divine favor to try and change that, but I am happy to just suffer some pathos. And I think, because I know I'm not going to change this role, I think it's like she's really heartbroken that like they don't believe that they're as good as she is. She's like, it's so sad for you to not know how awesome, well, I am, but like how you, I'm so sad.
Yeah, you can see it in their eyes. They when you're like, aren't we all great? They're like, what are you talking about? You're amazing. You're a great hero. We're nothing. Oh, doom.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've just been whispering into their ears, "You're gonna fucking die if you stay on the ship."
Yeah, right.
Right, like,
I'm not
Row
inspired them.
faster. Row
And
faster.
it hurts me. So I suffer pathos. My pathos goes up to D4 as I'm just like, yeah, I will certainly not be choosing the leader.
All right, Tara, you want to go next?
Yeah. I'm gonna come up to these distraught sailors, and I'm gonna go, look, if the gods wanted us dead, why would we not already be dead? They're
Sound
gods.
logic there. Sound.
All right, so to roll, I curly braces.
Yeah.
All right, and then I my name die. And then I don't feel like I can really pull precision into this one at all.
Okay.
So is it just going to be then it's just going to be a D6 for the resolve and spirit. So is it just going to be 2D6 for me?
Yep. Now, if you wanted to, I mean, I do not recommend it, but if you wanted to, you could call upon a bond to have one of us give you. Do you have a god bond?
Yep,
or-
I have Artemis.
Yeah,
as
so
my...
you could call upon Artemis to lend you strength right now, and she would give you her strength, which is a D12. And it would give you a bigger die.
It's
but
sort of overkill right now, but
yeah,
it's
no,
sort of overkill.
no thanks, Mom. You can sit this one out.
But if you're just like, oh, how could I hit a 7 on a D6? You have ways.
yes,
Yeah, we're just gonna. Nope, I did that wrong. All right.
yeah. Do /R space and then your
And then all the
All right. And is it like
stuff.
it's 1d6, comma 1d6 because I'm rolling.
You can just do curly braces 2d6, curly braces K1.
Okay.
Yep.
Curly braces K1. Yay.
Nice.
I figured it out.
That's it.
That's it. So yeah, and no space after the curly braces. So your highest was a 4. So you're in the same boat as Kithia.
Come over here. It's okay. All right.
So the sailors, when you say like, "Hey, the gods would have killed us already," their eyes grow even wider, and that's an option. Like they're just, I didn't know. I thought you were heroes who were protecting us. That they can just strike us down. Oh,
Well, I mean, they could just strike you down.
Yeah.
Very understanding.
buddy, they can strike you down at any moment. We should probably do what they say.
Hey, Helena, what is the
Yeah.
relationship between the two of us like? Are we like
I think we're kind of
rivals or
like
sisters? Like, do I call you sister even if we're not like by blood?
you know what? I'm definitely into that. That we're kind of like that we're very close because we're both
No,
hunters
it's
at
awesome,
heart.
right?
Yeah, we're both we're hunters at heart.
Yeah,
So
and you're like, you've got this whole like moon thing going on, and I've got this like dark thing going on, so we're kind of like a sister light, sister dark kind of duo.
Yeah.
I'm digging it. I'm super digging it.
I'm super into
So
that.
I think I do the thing where I put a hand on your shoulder, and I'm actually going to turn to all of the sailors, and I'm gonna shake my head, and I'm gonna say, listen to my words, all you all. How many times have we faced great waves? How many times have we sailed into the maw of great beasts? The gods have guided us before. The gods have challenged us before. But this ship has sailed through all of that. The wards that I have placed on it have kept us safe, and your strength and courage have made all the difference. So I'm gonna try and weave my insight, because I am sensing where their fear comes from, and I'm like, no, your fear is baseless. Remember all the times that this has happened before, and together we have overcome it. Is that cool?
Yeah, nice.
Love it.
Boom. Oh, hey, these dice are terrible.
Wow, after all that was beautifully worded into.
It's okay. Sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Also, I forgot to ask. After I rolled and failed, do I suffer pathos?
Yes,
Yep.
you do.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah. So fill in your D4 on your.
I
Now
sort
we
of
can add that D4 to a roll in the future.
I sort of
Nice.
jumped the gun there in that I was saying it. We should wait until like all the rolls are settled, and that because you can add to them and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah, it's
but
okay.
if you
That's
know
all right.
you're gonna suffer it, like
Yeah,
it's fine.
There's no saving that roll. Well, you can if
You could.
you could re-roll with 2 and then bring it in. But
So the thing we're talking about for people watching at home, the heroes have divine favor, which is that track in the middle of the sheet, and it's it lets them do special things with their dice. They can re-roll, they can add stuff, but none of them are going to spend their divine favor here. It's a finite amount. That's how much divine favor you get for the island.
do you not get day resets?
Nope.
That went
No,
away.
you get,
Yep.
The interlude is now the journey between islands.
Okay.
So there's more divine favor, but there's no way to get it back in the island.
It's for people who played before. This is going to feel like hard mode.
Yeah,
Yeah, just a bit.
It's just a little harder.
it's just a little harder.
A lot harder.
All right.
Yeah. So your pathos goes up. Your pathos die, you can add it to future rolls potentially. So having it go up is not super bad until it reaches the end of the track. That's when things start to get
A
bad.
little ugly.
So Ash, you are the best hero. You're the only one who succeeded actually, and also best. So as the best hero, you get 7 glory, which is what I rolled. So you can add 7 glory to your track.
You scared them into being comfortable.
Exactly.
I mean,
They're rowing ever harder towards the shore.
Yeah.
You are now the leader of the band for the next island. So if there's a dispute about what the heroes are going to do as a collective, you have the final say.
I think Ash chooses who the leader is.
I can.
that's right, yeah.
I choose.
You get to pick who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm. Which one is Sean's character's name again? Kithia?
Kithia, yes.
Yeah. I think I'm like, and noble Kithia will guide us,
I mean, it makes complete sense.
right? Like,
More leader,
yeah.
Kithia. Yep,
Like-
that's what I expect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does Kithia even notice this little like turn of like worm tongue
No,
move, or just
no.
like, no, of course I'm in charge. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, I'm in charge. Yep. That's the reason, right? You know,
Yeah.
Nice.
one of my
So, yeah,
strengths is authority. I'm used to
You
it.
thought you thought you were the leader the whole time. Like
I
being
mean-
told that you're the leader isn't.
I feel like I feel like it was this very kind move on Harpia, because Kithia was feeling like this genuine sorrow that people like didn't have faith in her and in themselves. I mean, why they never have faith in her, that should be stupidity. She's amazing. But like that they like, so there was this sorrow, and then I think when Harpia said it, she's like, oh, okay, good. Yes. No, everything's right in the world.
Yeah, and like there's a certain thing of like yeah, I think I see the like sadness in Kithia, and at like the things are not so good, and I'm like oh no, we can't have the big dumb puppy dog be sad because
Yeah.
because then they can't go in front
John, I'm already
of
thinking
me.
that we say if you choose someone besides yourself as a leader, they owe you a bond.
Oh yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
So do I mark that on my sheet?
I mean,
You get a bond with
get a bond with Kithia.
Kithia.
Yeah, take a bond with Kithia. I like that. Yeah, you're
Kithia was sad. You made Kithia happy. Kithia owes you a favor.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
Makes perfect sense.
Rules modding in play.
So I was just about to mention that there are other rewards besides glory that you might get from a contest. Bonds are one, and a bond with Kithia is perfect for this. So, yeah, go ahead and take that. So yeah, the sailors.
So do I take the bond instead of glory?
No, you get the glory. You always get the glory.
Sick.
And then bond is on top.
Yeah. You wouldn't trade glory.
Yeah, glory's the best.
Glory and a bond? Don't mind if I do.
So in addition to picking the leader, the hero who's best gets to put a cherry on top if you want to. You can narrate like the final moments of what the sailors do, because of your
Yeah. So I think the thing there is that everyone's like we should go. We'll be okay. It's gonna be everyone's trying to put these things in there, and I think that's the point at which I go. And if we don't, you'll fucking die. Right. That's that last little moment. And they're like, right, cool. Let's get back to the oars, friends.
Yeah, row harder.
They put their backs into it, and the surf of Nemos washes over, and you pull up on the white beach. So that is just about at our first hour mark. If we want to take a short break. Having created characters and chosen a leader, and then we'll come back and jump into the island and start getting involved in strife.
Very cool. All right. We'll see you all in a few.